All right. Hello. Welcome to the Ravit Show. Super excited to have someone joining me today. And, like he's new for community, but it's Pavel today on the Ravit Show, part of Keboola, and discussing a lot about the Keboola, the strategy, data operation, what's happening in the world, so the business areas as well, and obviously recent series A that Keboola got the specifics around that discussing with and more about what's happening in data science in AI space. Without any ado, I would love here. Hey, welcome to the Robert Show. It's such a pleasure to have. I know we have in office times, but good to finally the Robert Show. And, a big congrats to you and team for Series 8 million funding. I'm pretty excited to see what's coming up next. How are you looking at innovations and what's the vision? Just for our audience, would you like to introduce us?
Yes, thanks for having me, Ravit. Yeah, this is right. This is the first time we're doing this together. We didn't get to see each other in Big Data London. Sorry about that. But hey, everybody, it's great to be here. Thanks for the congratulations. My name is Pavel. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO of Keboola. This is actually my third venture in the internet cloud. One of them was the first one was Portal Network, largest one in Europe. We sold it to Warburg and Pincus. Second one was we did the largest performance media agency servicing 15,000 clients, and all of that with data and ML, way before the cloud. And then I was thinking, kind of like, what's next? And all of my businesses were around data, machine learning. So I met my co-founders, Peter and Milan. They had the same vision. They had a like agency which was helping clients to go to cloud. We put it together and we said, hey, let's build company that will actually help people to democratize the access to data, and that will actually not be one feature, one tool, but will help to change companies. And that's how we started Keboola.
Okay, interesting and great journey. I don't know what's with the internet, but looks like internet is unstable. And Pavel, you can hear, right?
Yeah, I can hear quite well. Yeah.
Okay, okay, awesome. Just point itself, I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to touch base on a way expansion strategy. Like, you all have been, uh, uh, you have always been at the front of innovation. And now I'm pretty sure in 30 million funding. I'm kind of curious to know what Keboola strategy expansion into European, UK, and US market in the upcoming years in 2020, just around the corner. Want to learn a little about that.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a great question. We already have one third of our revenue coming from US as is pretty good.
Mhm.
And we originally started
Yep.
in Europe, as you know. And what we are doing now, we are actually expanding. We started last couple of years. We really started to focus on the more enterprise up market segment of the market, where people really need governed things. They need to, like have everything together. And so we see big demand from large corporations, especially in USA, in UK, and northern European markets. We already have our customers there. As I said, in US, it's one third of our revenue. We work for companies like Burger King Group, or we work for DXC, which is one of the largest software IT companies. And the same is with Britain and European northern countries. So that's where our expansion goes to.
Okay, pretty interesting. And thanks for sharing that. Pavel, just give me a second and I'll put my internet on a better Wi-Fi. All right. I this gets better. Uh,
Ravit, can you
All
hear me?
right. Uh, I can now.
Yeah.
I'm out in connected myself to your router. So that's what I was listening from vaccine, but still not that great. Pavel, do you mind giving me a minute? Just a minute. And audience, be right back. Give me a second.
Mhm.
All right. Okay. This works out. So, first of all, sharing the deal about the expansion strategies and how you're looking for upcoming market as well, like upcoming uh, like in 2024 in coming years. A little also mention about a positive feedback from clients in your ability to gain control over data. Versus, can you give a specific story that illustrates impact or any other use case that comes to your mind?
Yeah, totally. That's the part we love to talk most about, right? We love our users and like
Yeah.
what they can actually achieve. So, like to understand, we serve a very specific persona. From the beginning, we said, hey, we are not gonna be serving like deep technologies because there are always tools for them. But we saw a need to
Right.
serve people who are technical enough but are in the business departments, and that cannot be dependent on IT. But IT needs to control it. It
Mm-hmm.
needs to be governed. So we start to focus on persona, which Gartner nowadays calls business technologists, people who are technical enough but sit in the line of business. DBT might call it analytical engineer plus or something, right? So like people who can do some tech but are not really really deep. So that's we those people, they value three things. They value user experience, specifically that they have everything in one place and they can use different tools but under one roof. That it's kind of like it increases their productivity massively, and that like the whole customer first approach with support with the community, and always be there with partners for them. So like being specific about some use cases, it's like for example, we have a huge publishing house in Europe, Euromedia, which actually uses Keboola everywhere, and over the first year they saw 12% sales boost. So it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
good, like for using just data. They didn't change anything else. We have a large European sports, like dealer, which is in
Yep.
6 countries, and they did using Keboola a lot of data in their departments across many countries, and they saw 5% lift in sales just by optimizing the routes, optimizing that. But it would be impossible to do it before because they have so many systems in every single kind of like country. Or when we talk about one of the largest banks, like they are using us in 37 departments for hundreds of users with zero platform operations. So there is no
Mm-hmm.
one running the platforms, right? They're just using it. So 100% of time goes to producing the value. They also create dozens of data products and share them across all of those 37 departments. So it's really composability, not in theory, but in practice. But I think one of the best examples we actually love is Rohli Group, which is the grocery delivery network in the 4 countries in Europe, including Germany, where they just recently became profitable, like margin contribution profitable. And they actually use Keboola to automate all of their business processes. They use it, to do a lot of AI. They use it to actually, everybody in the business has their Keboola account. They can actually work and look at the data and work with the data. And this is really company like at its best when you see data driven company, because they utilize the power of all the long tail use cases. It's not hard to
Mm-hmm.
do big use cases, right? Like if you put enough money, enough people, you can do CRM data use case. But like if you think about it, in every department there is a couple of small use cases that everybody has, but there's so many of them across the company that if you can serve all of them, the amount of uplift you generate, is bigger than from top 5 larger use cases. So that's kind of like really
Yeah.
exciting.
No, I think these are great insights, and thanks for sharing those customer stories. It always helps us to understand at which level does Keboola is solving problems, and what are the problems actually the the clients actually facing. Also, that brings me to another question. I know y'all have gone on, over the few years, there has been a lot of innovations that are in the data operations space. Keboola approach to data stack as a service, and innovate or differ from traditional data operation methods, or how does it work with that type of innovations in the data operations?
Yeah. Well, I like it's all about kind of like data management at as the big category, right? And then there are some things like data ops and others, but data ops is for us, like it's a discipline how to work, right? Not the technological kind of like stack, right? Um, uh, Traditionally, you need to have data ops kind of like the two cycles, and one is kind of like innovative, second one is Six Sigma and like real operations, but if you want to move forward and if you want to really do data meshy things, right? The problem was that traditionally people were focusing on technical people with highly technical skills. And then those technical people would have
Mm-hmm.
DevOps people that would kind of like translate it to business people. And then, so you have like different worlds trying to work together and trying to bring it together, like with the, like if you remember the old switchboards, for telephone, like from the movies, you would call someone, there would be a lady kind of like taking the like the wires, putting it in the right things, and then it would connect. We don't have that anymore, right?
Right.
We changed the architecture of the switchboard. Now it's fully automated. That's what we do with like the whole kind of like data space, like the data stack as a service. We believe it's all about architecture. We treat the whole landscape as a single system, right? And that's why we developed something we call Keboola Data Operating System. It's an API layer which sits on top of like any tool, not depending if it's in AWS or GCP. And its whole purpose is to make it easy to use, build, and reuse what people have built in other departments with basic technological skills, but huge context skills. It's kind of like with your computer,
Yeah.
right? Linux, you can do if you are very deep tech, right? But like I love Linux. Like for 15 years, I haven't done it. I'm using Mac because it's easy. It abstracts me, and I can just share it with anybody and very easily, right? But and then I don't know if you are here, Ravit. Yeah, see you. But
Yeah, I'm here. No worries.
I didn't see that. But like, so our big idea is like we should treat the whole cloud or all, like infrastructure as one big computer that kind of like we give you access to in governed way, right? Like, so everything you do, all the, like data workloads you do are governed end to end. Like all the data journey is governed. So that works very well for large enterprises because it can be connected to your Active Directory, and then people can just get an access. It's audited automatically, and you know what to do, and you just come and actually start building. So yeah, that's kind of like the use case in the bank. I was saying 37 departments.
Yep.
They build data products on top of Keboola. Now we actually have
Yep.
data. Now we have data apps with Streamlit and AI embedded in them. People build them, one click, reuse them, and that's the whole thing. Make it easy.
Yeah. No, I love it. Thanks for sharing that. It kind of clarified for me as well. And you all have, uh, innovated and gone out and done more, something which was traditionally a problem, and now, you all have solved it at level. Also, quickly, I have a few questions coming in from YouTube, so I would love on this one. Right. From Ankur. So, as AI and machine learning continue to advance, how does integrate these emerging technologies into its enhance its capabilities for business. Interesting question because I have questions around the same lines. So what are your thoughts about this, Pavel?
Well, uh, we think about AI in two different streams. The first one
Mm-hmm.
is how can we use AI to actually make the life of our users easier, right? And that's kind of like yes, we've done a lot of things and we have a lot of MVPs and we'll be launching a lot of things in production in next months. And but those are things
Mm-hmm.
like automated, assistant for SQL queries to build them across the whole, data stack, which is hard because like like GPT analyzer is kind of like easy, but you put one file there. But if you want to do it across your entire estate, you need to understand where the data comes from, what is the data, what is the metadata, which pipelines is being used. And so we've taken us almost a year. We've been really, really early on there. And now we have a very working version, which we are happy with. And we want to put it as an assistant to people. So it doesn't magically spit out the answer, but it guides them and goes. So it's kind of like what for people. There are more things, like for our users, like data pipelines AI, helping you to construct just conversationally pipelines, or because we are all in one kind of like the layer, we have all the metadata. So we are now going to be launching Impact AI, which actually helps you with the real-time AI created governance layer across all the workloads, user, and data. It's pretty cool because
Yeah.
like all these people are asking like, hey, where does this being created? Who did it? And people don't document. So we are solving that now. But that's for our users. Uh, the bigger question is, what does AI bring to our customers, right? In that, we have a big emphasis, on AI industrialization. We see it really, and now everybody, I think, is on board as the fourth industrial revolution. And we think about it that, like in the first couple of months, the steam engine was powering the workloads, the processes in business. Then it was electricity, but now the AI is should be embedded in every process and help it to scale and automate. And that's what we are actually helping companies. And we are so excited to see not only, like new companies, technology advanced like Rohli Group, but some of the traditional companies. Like we have a company called P3, which is the largest
Mm-hmm.
builder of logistics parks, like the parks around the freeway where people like Amazon put the warehouses. And they have embraced, like last year data, and when we started with LLMs, they embrace LLMs like so heavily. They now use it for
Yeah.
onboarding, they for everything, and we provide it for them, and we process the data and prepare it all every time, right? But literally every client is thinking about two things. First, how to use LLM as the interface to business, and that's where you need to have data connected, really provide it on every day. And second, how to use wider machine learning activities to actually automate the processes. And that's we have, if you look at our website for the case studies with Rohli Group, it's just unbelievable what you can do with that, with just a couple of people and no ops people. But the thing is, LLMs in the enterprise environment are only as good as your data is good, as it's connected, as people understand it, and as you have access to it. So that's really exciting time for us. We've been waiting for this for a couple of years.
Yeah. For sharing that in detail. I was at AWS reInvent. I was talking to a lot of a lot of enterprise leaders and question for the vendors out there in the community
Mhm.
that we want to see real applications in AI. And I think Keboola kind of focuses that
Yeah.
in that kind of puts you in a spot where you that. Also on building on itself, I know fall is just around the corner, but even wanting to just understand from you in terms of not only your long-term vision for Keboola, and how do you see your platform in 6 to 8 years? Because that's as things are moving, that if we look at the next 5 years, where do you see Keboola?
Mm. Well, mm, it's a first the concept we've seen a couple of years ago. We had this concept that the world is moving to algorithm driven. You could see it with
Hmm.
the stock exchange. It's now all algorithmical. You could see it with RTB, and we kind of like foresaw that being done in the real world in all other parts of the economy. So that's why we set up Keboola to actually be a backbone that helps people to actually do it. We are not inventing the LLMs, right? But we actually help people to actually easily put it together and build and mainly rebuild. So they don't have to kind of
Right.
like compose, right? They don't have to build everything from scratch, which is the like if you have to build everything every time from scratch, you cannot scale things across the whole economy. So we saw that kind of like
Exactly.
our mission, what we set out was automate every process, business process with AI, right? It's kind of like a big mission, but what it means is enable everybody to do it like you use your computer. But we have this one number, magic number that we count, and it is like for every second that Keboola platform works, how many lifetimes of unnecessary work we have helped people to actually save, right? We have automated, because if you think about it, we are literally compressing people time, right? Compressing human time and automating it, and like automating the cognitive processes, because like it's great to have an LLM. It's great to have some data, but you really need an operating system to put it together. So for us, next couple of years,
Hmm.
it's about this explosion, right? It's about explosion what people will be doing with an operating system like ours, where like you have LLMs, you have all the infrastructure working as one computer, no matter where it sits and who runs it, if it's in cloud or on-prem. What new
Right.
applications will be done on top of this architecture? Because like in the PC kind of like architecture, right? It was the word processor, it was the spreadsheets, and then other things, right? I can't wait to see what people will build in next 5 years. If you think about it, it's really amazing, and we are very big listeners to our users. We work with our customers on daily basis. We as the founders,
Right.
we still work with our clients, and we are just curating, right? We are listening, curating, and moving forward. So it's exciting times.
It's exciting times for sure, and thanks for sharing this and letting us know how you're looking at least the next 5 years. And I'm super excited, Pavel. I know this was a short chat, but I'm pretty sure in early in 2024 we'll have a longer chat about what's coming up, about some launches that we'll be also sharing with our community and letting them learn more about
Yeah.
even the data apps. Actually, I spoke to them at Big Data London, and even the team. There were some interesting announcements which were made back then as well. So pretty excited for 2024. And one last question for you, Pavel. If folks want to reach out to you and learn more about Keboola, which is the best place?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for mentioning our team. I believe we have the best team, there is. People like Tim and
True.
all the people around them, around him is just like phenomenal. It's like I've been in the internet business for, gosh, 25 years, and I have to say that like Kibula team is the best I've ever had. I'm so proud of them.
Wow.
So thanks for
Wow.
mentioning. I'm second, like if you want, people want to, like get in touch with me. Yes, we have a lot of information on Keboola.com. We are very active on LinkedIn. I'm personally pretty active on LinkedIn. Pavel /Pavel D or Pavel Dolezal. You can find me on Twitter. My hashtag, my Twitter handle, Twitter X. Sorry, see how for how long I've been on Twitter. I still can't change. But my
Yeah.
X handle is Pabu01, Pabu01, and my email is pavel@keboola.com. If you want, like to get in touch, if you want to talk about data, about the fourth industrial revolution, it's one of my favorite topics. I always have time for it. Ravit, thanks for reaching out. This has been a real pleasure.
I love it, and always happy to support Keboola. And I think one of the most innovative companies that I've seen is Keboola, and like I've kind of followed the journey from more than 5 years now, I guess, and known you for at least more than 4 or 5 years. So I know your leadership also makes your team more stronger. So good luck to you for 2024, and congrats once again, Pavel, for the Series A, and definitely looking forward to more innovations that are coming from Keboola. And until next time, see you again.
Until next time, thank you. Have a great day. Cheers.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Cheers.